It's not about who you wish was there. It's about who is there. In the movie Encanto, when the Madrigals are rebuilding their casita, their home, the townspeople arrive with tools and a helping hand to give back the love they had received. And it took me back to when I was 21, when the light in my magic candle burned out and my casita fell too. But unlike the Madrigals, no one came to my aid during the biggest trial of my life. I understand Abuela's pain, feeling like your community values you not out of love, but out of use. I was only loved for the light my magic candle provided, so even during my darkest of days, I learned to burn from a flameless candle and fear my community would abandon me if they knew my magic was depleting. Like Luisa, I learned to suck it up, carry everyone else's burden on top of my own with a smile on my face despite the pressure in my chest. Like Isabella, I learned to put on a facade of perfection because I knew just one bad day would cost me everything. Like Camilo, I learned to shapeshift from a struggling girl to a happy-go-lucky bundle of energy, convert the little bit of light my candle had left into their energy source. They wanted me to be anyone but myself. When the cracks in my casita ran too deep and eventually everything came crumbling at my feet, my biggest fear came true. I had hoped my community would help me rebuild my magic, but instead they outcasted me like Mirabelle, pretended I no longer existed, and put up for sale signs in their yard because without my magic, they didn't want to partake in my community because I was no longer of use. And from this, I learned the best way to avoid pain was to avoid people. I learned to lock the door of my casita, close the windows, and keep this magic to myself. So when someone asks me how I have such a strong support system now, I remind them I came from nothing. I had to lay a new foundation and build my new life from the ground up. And y'all, that shit takes time. But my chosen family is patient with me and builds with me every step of the way. And on the days where the remnants of my trauma take over, they promise to cocoon me from the violence of my own mind. They remind me, you don't have to put on a facade. You don't have to shapeshift for us. You don't have to carry this burden alone. You don't have to be the strong friend. Just be Sarah. They have taught me that even the most beautiful, strong casita is no good with no one to fill its rooms. But with this new family, I am finally ready to unlock the door, open the windows, and let the love back in. They have taught me real friends remind you to feed yourself before you give out healing arepas to your community. They don't expect you to shapeshift for their benefit. They accept you just as you are, bad days and all. And real friends don't place your value on any gift you bring to the table. Hell, real friends just want you at the table. Real friends remind you you are good enough on your own. The miracle is you.
That was Sarahtonin.